In the desolate heart of Antarctica, where the cold bites and the wind never ceases, there once stood a research base known as Station Erebus 9. It was one of the most isolated outposts on Earth, a tiny speck of civilization against an endless expanse of ice. It was home to a dozen brilliant scientists, tasked with studying climate change, ancient ice cores, and something much, much older, buried deep beneath the frozen continent. But in the unforgiving winter of 2017, something went terribly wrong. Every single person on that base vanished. There was no Mayday call, no distress signal, just a profound, deafening silence that echoed across the ice. The world was left with a single, chilling question. What happened at Erebus 9? Months later, a rescue and recovery mission sliced through the frigid air. As their helicopter descended, the crew's leader, Captain Miller, radioed in his first report. The base was in sight. There was no visible damage, no sign of a fire or a structural failure. But something was immediately off. The entire station was dark, its power completely offline. As they landed, the unease grew. Dr. Karen Levine, a geologist on the team, noted the unnatural stillness. The snow around the base was a perfect, undisturbed sheet. No footprints, no drifts from the wind. It was as if time itself had stopped. Her colleague, a biologist named Dr. Reed, agreed it was impossible. Out here, the relentless Antarctic winds would erase any trace of activity within hours. This was something else. With their flashlights cutting through the gloom, they cautiously entered the base. The scene inside was even more disturbing. It was a frozen tableau of interrupted life. Chairs were overturned, lights flickered erratically on emergency power, and on a table sat a half-eaten meal, frozen solid. It was as if the occupants had simply vanished mid-action. Captain Miller, a man of action, cut through the tension. "Check the logs," he commanded. "I want to know what happened right before they went dark." Dr. Reed rushed to the communications terminal. After moments of tense silence punctuated by the click of keys and the hiss of static, he found the final entry. His voice was strained as he read it aloud. Subglacial anomaly expanding. Unknown resonance detected beneath core sample. Resonance? Karen wondered. From what? As if in answer, a deep, guttural rumble echoed from far beneath their feet, shaking the very foundation of the station. Miller stared at the floor. "That," he said grimly. The team traced the source of the sound to the lower lab. This area was in even worse shape. Computers were frozen over, screens shattered, and a strange, persistent humming sound vibrated up from beneath the floor. Karen checked her instruments. "There's a power reading down here," she said, her voice tight with a mix of fear and professional curiosity. "Something's still running." Reed pointed toward a heavy steel hatch in the floor. "It's coming from the drill site." With a groan of protesting metal, they pried open the hatch. A faint, rhythmic pulse immediately washed over them, emanating from the darkness below. It wasn't mechanical, it was organic, like a colossal heartbeat buried under miles of ice. Miller, unnerved, immediately gave an order. "Turn that off, now." But Karen held up a hand. "Wait," she whispered, her eyes wide. "Listen, it sounds alive." Just then, the radio on Miller's belt crackled to life, spewing a burst of static and a distorted, terrified voice. "Don't open." The signal died as quickly as it had appeared. Reed went pale. That voice, that was Dr. Harker. He was the lead scientist of the original team. A heavy, dreadful silence fell over the lab. Miller broke it. "Gear up," he said, his jaw set. "We're going down the shaft." The descent into the abyss was a journey into another world. The air grew colder, the darkness more absolute, broken only by the beams of their headlamps. The metallic creak of the winch was the only sound, besides the ever-present rhythmic pulse from below. "The walls," Karen noted, her voice echoing in the narrow shaft. "They're melting. Look, there's something embedded in the ice." Their lights revealed strange fossilized shapes locked within the ancient ice. But these were no ordinary fossils. They were too symmetrical, too structured to be natural formations. "These aren't fossils," Reed breathed. "They're structures. They were built." Finally, they reached the bottom. The shaft opened into a vast, cavernous chamber glowing with a faint, ethereal blue light. In the center of the chamber, suspended in the ice, was a pulsating, crystalline core, the source of the hum, the light, and the heartbeat. "What the hell is that?" Miller muttered. Karen was transfixed. "It's a formation. Older than the continent itself," she said, her voice filled with awe. "And it's humming." Ignoring Miller's warnings, Reed slowly approached the glowing core, reaching out a gloved hand. The moment his fingertips made contact, a blinding flash of light erupted, and he screamed, stumbling backward. "It's showing me things," he cried, clutching his head. "Faces. The crew. They're inside it. I can see them." As he spoke, the humming intensified, the pulse quickening. Alarms began to blare from the base far above them. The machinery they'd found offline was powering on by itself. "We're leaving. Now!" Miller yelled. They scrambled back to the lift, but as they began their ascent, a terrifying sound reached them. The shaft was freezing over, the ice groaning as it sealed the path behind them. They burst back into the lab, panting, only to find their nightmare escalating. Frantic alarms screamed through the base. "The base is sealing itself," Karen shouted, pointing at a monitor. "Every exit locked." The lights flickered violently, plunging them into strobing moments of darkness. Through the frosted windows they could see movement outside. Figures standing still in the snow where there had been nothing before. Miller stared, his blood running cold. They were translucent, frozen silhouettes against the blizzard. It was the missing crew. "They're not human anymore," Karen whispered in horror. The radio on the console switched on again by itself. This time, Harker's voice was clear, calm, and utterly terrifying. "The ice remembers," it said. "It took us in, and now it wants more." And then, complete silence. The hum stopped. The alarms died. The lights went out for good, plunging them into absolute blackness. In the dark, Captain Miller spoke into his own recorder, his voice a desperate, final whisper. "If anyone finds this recording, don't dig here. Don't even land." His words were cut off by a distant, colossal cracking sound, like the entire ice shelf giving way. The recording dissolved into static. Years passed. The story of Station Erebus 9 became a ghost story, a cautionary tale whispered among polar explorers. The entire region was declared off limits, but humanity's curiosity is a stubborn thing. A new, well-funded expedition eventually set out to find what was left. Their initial log entry sounded promising. "We've located what appears to be the ruins of Erebus 9. A new researcher's voice crackled over the radio. "No sign of the original team, but there's something strange. The base looks brand new. Not a single trace of decay or corrosion." His transmission was interrupted by a voice in the background. "Wait, did you hear that?" And then it began again. A low hum, vibrating up from beneath the ice. Faint at first, but growing louder, deeper. The researcher's final transmission was filled with dawning terror. "My God," he said, "it's still alive." The radio cut to static, leaving only silence. Erebus 9 and its secrets remain unaccounted for, waiting beneath the ice. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as chilling as I did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more mysteries from the edges of our world. Stay safe and stay curious. 2 years after the disappearance of Station Erebus 9, a recovery team was sent to locate the remains of the base, and the truth buried beneath it. But what they found wasn't a ruin. It was something rebuilt by something else. We touch down, collect samples, and leave before nightfall. No one wanders off. Understood? Copy that. I'm getting weird readings, a electromagnetic surges under the ice. Same frequency the last team recorded. This doesn't make sense. The satellite images showed debris, not this. Keep your cameras rolling. Command will want proof of this. Don't dig here, don't land. That's Miller's voice from the original crew. The signal's repeating from inside the comms room. But the system's offline. It's not connected to anything. That's not Frost. It's growing. That's Dr. Reed. But he's moving. It's repowering the generators. Something down there's drawing energy. Seal the upper level. No one goes near the shaft. Oh my God, there's movement inside. Organic. We're leaving now. Ruiz, prep the extraction beacon. Ruiz, it's calling. We're part of it now. The base is alive. It's growing around us. We'll make for the storage tunnel. It leads to the ice shelf. They're still conscious. To whoever finds this, the ice isn't dead. It's a living organism, feeding on memory, rebuilding itself through us. Erebus 9 never vanished. It transformed. After the last transmission, all contact with the recovery team was lost. When satellites finally passed over the area, the base was gone again, leaving behind only a perfect circle of melted ice still expanding. They tried to understand the ice, and the ice understood them.